Oh, thank you, Madam Chair, for letting me wave on. I always appreciate being last if I can speak, so I appreciate that very much. You know, this committee is made up of individuals across the whole spectrum of political thought, but they all care about one thing. That's the health of the citizens of our nation. The COVID-19 pandemic has finally forced Congress, and I mean forced us, to look at HHS and CMS to rapidly address some of the issues regarding telehealth. One of the most significant issues in administering telehealth in rural America is lack of specialists, and for that matter, just plain lack of doctors, lack of nurses, lack of health professionals that we need. Nothing what I'm going to say is going to be and talk about is new to any of you. It's just, why is it still an issue in our country? This great country, decade after decade after decade. It shouldn't be this way. Our citizens are not expendable. We are all should be treated equally in healthcare also. We have to make these temporary changes, those that are adaptable, permanent. My district, why I'm so passionate about this, is that my district's larger than the state of Illinois. It's 58,000 square miles. And so got a little bit of room there, direction, but not fast. I have 12 tribes in the district, and they include some of the largest tribal lands in the nation. The Navajo, the Hopi, the White Mountain Apache, the San Carlos. These are tribes with larger land masses than many of the states in this country. I go to different areas with Meals on Wheels. I make sure I get out there and actually talk to people, not just deliver the food, but see the conditions they live in. Talk to them about what their issues are. It always gets back to healthcare. It always gets back to not only affordability, but the ability to even get care in a way that they can get to the doctor that's even nearby. That's wrong. We have to do something differently about that. And telemedicine is only a piece of that puzzle. The disparities, even in urban communities, is a problem in this country. And we have to address those issues. This is the CMS issues that are critical to being able to get reimbursements at the appropriate level are critical in this process. Rural doctors, I mean, I just watched the caravan going out of rural America, not coming into rural America. And we have to do that. That's critical to be able to address the issues that we just got done talking about. How do we tell somebody on a telemedicine thing to come on down? Come on down, we'll see you down at the VA, or we'll see you down at the center down in Banner Health or whatever. And it's a 5-hour trip one way. And they can't afford to stay at a hospital. They need health care. They need it now. They need to talk to that specialist. If it's not a physical examination, then to be able to go over their medications and stuff. And that's not always available. I can't tell you how many homes I'm in where there's no such thing as a computer in those homes. And the need for additional technology. We shouldn't be, broadband is something we all want to work on. But we can't work on it in today and thinking about it today. We have to think about it tomorrow, where the technology is going, and have the capacity and speed on which to do that. And so I want to end there with my comments, but I do have a question for, let's see where it's at, Dr. Resnick, and I'll get to the short end of it. Without access to high-speed broadband, are there certain specialists who may be difficult to see, treatments that may be more difficult to obtain because of these Americans lack high-speed broadband? And what is the future with broadband as far as bringing care to people and us being able to adapt to it in the appropriate way?
Thank you for all of your comments. You brought up a lot of outstanding issues, Congressman. And yes, but there's not just a specialty. I mean, there are certain things that require more bandwidth than others, but I would say all of us and all of our patients need the option to be able to communicate with us electronically, and that requires broadband access. But I'm optimistic. I'm optimistic that you all are going to help solve the Medicare rules problem that we'll be facing after the pandemic. And I'm optimistic that as a result, for rural populations like yours, telehealth will be a big part of the answer so that people's life expectancies and their health are not so heavily determined by the zip code that they live in, by their race, ethnicity. I think we're going to make big progress, and I think telehealth is going to be a part of it. And I agree we need broadband to be part of it too.
Thank you very much. And Madam Chair, I thank you for the time over which you allowed me to go. Thank you.